Folks, here is my healthy eating tip number 3. I'm standing in front of a fig tree. Now the fig is not part of the, I just thought I would do it because it's kind of cool. Here's a little tiny one. Starting to get ripe. This fig tree has been a massive, massive blessing in my life this year. I've been eating these for dessert every night and they're absolutely awesome. Hang on while I swallow this one. So regardless of the fact that I'm in my garden in front of a fig tree, that's not what this vlog is about. This vlog is about something I've been doing that will surprise you that has helped me big time lose weight. And it's just been a little increments, right? Not huge, not fast, just a better choice than what I've been making at other times in my life with my eating. And it has to do with my lunch. And I almost always do this at lunch. Sometimes it's at dinner. So Domino's Pizza, can it be good for weight loss? I'm gonna read you what I've written here. This is what I've formulated. Then I'm gonna read you a little blurb here from Consumer Reports that kind of backs up what I'm saying. A whole large pizza only weighs about 10 or 11 ounces from Domino's. Now, the kind I get, I'll tell you more about it in a minute. Get the thin crust, not the doughy crust. Don't get the stuffed crust pizzas. I'm gonna show you a picture or some video of me when I weighed like 377 pounds. I happen to know that's how much I weighed because I put a log on my Google Calendar for the day that I shot this video. This video was shot. It was a Christmas party. Let me tell you what I ate on my pizzas back then. I would typically I'd go out and I get a large, often stuffed crust pizza or at least pan pizza, and I would get it with pepperonis, ground beef, and Canadian bacon. And sometimes I really just like black olives or mushrooms, so I usually get black olives, mushrooms, maybe both of those. And I would eat a lot of times for dinner. I would not an early meal, a late meal. I would eat that for dinner and just gorge myself, man, pig out, and I could put that stuff away. The root of all that started me eating a whole pizza and eating that kind of pizza started when I was in college. When I played football at Mars Hill University, I got redshirted my first year. I was told I was too light, and I was less than 210 pounds. And for like a linebacker or lineman position, I was way too light. I was told I should eat with the lineman, I should work out with the lineman type thing. And so I started learning how to eat whole pizzas in one setting. And it did, I just started gaining some weight. Of course, back then I was very active, gained a lot of muscle weight, worked out hard, ran a lot. But anyway, let's bypass all that. It did set a precedent where I would start eating whole pizzas when I'd sit down to eat. So one of the things I did when I started this time trying to lose weight because of my diabetes is I didn't want to give up pizza. I love pizza, but I've been that person who historically ate the doughy kind of pizzas. And I remember I went to Domino's and I got a medium pizza one day early on in this. I said, gotta have a pizza, gotta have a pizza. You know what, I'll get thin crust today. Now I'm sure I had eaten some thin crust pizzas in the past, but when they actually put a medium thin crust pizza in the box in my hand, I thought it was an empty box. I remember holding it in my hand and thinking, oh crap, I'm gonna have to get more than this. This doesn't weigh anything. Well, come to find out, even a large one doesn't weigh hardly anything. I would say around 10 to 12 ounces, maybe less than that, probably less than that. Well, let me continue. So get thin crust, not the doughy crust. The other thing I did eventually is I narrowed it down to only one bit of meat, and I decided I would do the pepperonis, because if you actually get a picture of a Domino's pizza, medium or large, and look at it and look at the number of pepperonis on there, if you look at, they're very thinly sliced, and there may be, I don't know how many are there. I'll put on the screen how many I count on a large pizza, because I took a picture of one the other day. So you're probably getting altogether about this much pepperoni sliced very thinly, maybe an inch of pepperoni. It's just not that much. It's not as like they've thrown a whole bunch of ground beef on there, a bunch of Canadian bacon, pepperonis as well, a ton of cheese and stuff, and cheese baked into the crust sometimes. What you're getting a pizza that's basically on a cracker with some sauce, some cheese, and what I get are pepperonis is my one meat that I allow myself, and then I get black olives, mushrooms, and green peppers. I don't like onions on my pizza, but at any rate, that's my combination that works for me. I found out one day for lunch, I ate a medium pizza that way, thin crust, that combination of stuff, And the next day I noticed I'd lost 1.5 pounds. Now I was fairly active that day. I'd had to walk around a bit, had to do some work. So I thought to myself, well, is it because I put in, I don't know, 4,800 steps today? What was it? I ate a moderate meal that night. I'd have to go back and look at my records to see. I have been sort of trying to keep records, but I'm kind of loose with that. Again, I'm trying to not obsess, like I said in the previous video. But I just noticed, I started noticing that on the days when I would eat a pizza for lunch, a medium thin crust pizza from Domino's, I might eat it at 12:30. I'd be finished eating it in 15, 20 minutes. I wouldn't get hungry till 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. I got the food that I wanted, filled me up pretty good, and I didn't feel hungry. I wasn't starving come dinner time. And even at night then I could go okay on eating a salad or eating some vegetables and some fish and stuff that Nikki might cook. So the point I'm saying here is there are smart ways to eat pizza. Now what I have found out is, particularly a lot of times at Domino's, I like Domino's, you might like Little Caesars, you might like Papa John's, you might like Pizza Hut. I don't know what your specialty is. I've got a lot of gnats flying around, my bad. The point I kind of want to get across is there are healthier ways you can eat your pizza. I'm going to read you about the Domino's, since Domino's is my choice. And I'm reading this is from Consumer Reports, and I'll go ahead and put the link to where I got this. And it says, go thin, not deep. You'll get a lot more calories and fat in a deep dish or pan style pizza than in a regular pie. For instance, a Little Caesars deep dish cheese has 320 calories and 11 grams of fat per slice. A slice of its regular pie has 250 calories and 8 grams of fat. That makes a difference. Every little bit matters, right? On the other hand, opting for the thin crust version, when available, usually saves you calories. At Papa John's, you'll cut 70 calories per large slice of cheese pizza. At Domino's, a large thin crust slice has about 60 fewer calories than a regular hand-tossed slice. No, see, we're talking about per slice, 60 calories less. Let's say you want to eat 10 slices. You saved 600 calories, my friend. Hey, that's significant. That's those little bits that help those ounces come off. And you still feel full. You still feel like you've eaten something. You still feel like you've gotten something. The thing I was going to say, the trick that I've learned, is a lot of times Domino's sells their large pizzas at a cheaper price than they do their medium ones. So what I've started doing is going out at lunch, buying a large pizza, thin crust, pepperoni, mushroom, black olives, green peppers, and then going back to the office, eating half of it, putting the other half in their pizzas cost like $9. You give them a tip, $10.50 or something like that. Where can you go and get an awesome meal for 2 days, for 2 lunches, for $10.50? So I've been losing weight, believe it or not, pretty darn regularly and easily by eating pizza for lunch. Now I don't eat pizza I'd say 2 days a week I've been eating pizza. We'll get more into what else I eat that is healthy too, but I thought this would be something that might surprise you. Maybe the thing you do, here again, and I say a very fully developed tip will come forward later about choosing the better option, not the best option. A lot of times the best option is something you can't deal with, but you choose the better option. You know, don't choose an option where you cut your calories in half. Choose an option where you cut your calories by, say, 300 calories, by 1/3 or by 1/4. And then maybe you walk a little bit more during the day. When you go pick your pizza up, park a couple hundred feet away. The pizza place I go to is in a grocery store shopping area, and I have a big truck, and so it's hard for me to park up close. But I started embracing parking farther away. I know that's a tip that you've been hearing for a long time. Park far away and walk. But that works, man. If you walk an extra 30 yards back and forth, you've walked 60 yards, you've burned up probably 1/3 of a slice of pizza just walking back and forth to get your pizza. You know, when you start thinking about little things, little tips, little things you can do like that can help you start just getting more of a healthy lifestyle. Let's face it, the more you move, healthier you're going to be. The less you eat, or the smarter you eat. I would say that. It's not always about quantity. You can eat a lot of food. It's about the quality of what you're going to be eating. So don't turn up your nose about and try my Domino's pizza secret. Let me say this: I'm not endorsing Domino's. That's just the pizza that I like. I like their sauce better than the other pizzas. I like Papa John's, but it's kind of sweet. And Little Caesars, nah, it's okay. I like Little Caesars all right. Pizza Hut, I always find kind of greasy. So I'm not being paid or sponsored, or I'm not, getting anything from it. This is just one of my tips. So, as a matter of fact, pizza is one of the only things that I'm eating that's a fast food option now. There are some others. I'll talk about some other ones that Nikki gets for me. There's some salads and things that we get prepared, and I'll talk more about that in a later episode. But that's all for this one, folks. Domino's Pizza, who'd have thunk it? You can lose good weight, feel totally full, and lose some pounds and it not kill you, it not drive you crazy, it not hurt, right? Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.